All right, so
Hi.
good morning or good afternoon, I should say. We have the amazing Taryn Garsik. So just a little background on us. We connected via Facebook almost 5 years ago, just like random moms meeting moms in a Facebook group.
Yep.
And she literally pulled me out of a rut. She was like reaching her hand out and like pulling me into her world, which was amazing. And she inspires me daily. And right now, she is a lifetime 5-star diamond coach. She is also my mentor, my business mentor. She's Success Club legend. She's in the 365 Club for 3 years straight. That means she's been drinking Shakeology for every day for 3 years straight. Probably longer though, because the 365 Club came out 3 years.
Yeah, I'll hit 4 years. Yeah, so it'll be 4 years soon.
And she's earned the Success Club trip 3 years in a row, which is this amazing trip that Beachbody hosts annually, and you can earn your spot there. You can earn your way there. She went from a one-income, one-car family on WIC, which is public assistance, to making a full-time income, matching her husband's military income in a year, to a 2-car family, and she's a friggin' boss babe, and she's somebody that you want to learn from. So I'm really excited to have her on. So what brought you to Beachbody? Let's go back to the beginning. Like, what actually brought you here?
Oh my gosh, the beginning. So first, I just want to make sure you can hear me. I'm good. I'm clear.
You're
It's all
good.
good. Okay. So, and thank you for that amazing introduction. It's always like whenever I hear things, I'm like, So, okay. So a little bit about me and how I found Beachbody. So I didn't even know what Beachbody was. And I kind of love sharing the beginning of my story just because I feel like it shows people that like, you do not have to be this perfect business person, perfect shape, know everything. You don't need to be like this like we're just all normal people that find something that works for us and we get to show it, and it lights fires in people. So when I started, well, okay, let me take you back to how I found Beachbody program. So I was a new mom of 2. I shouldn't even say that new. So my second born was about 8 months old, and I had a toddler. So I had a 2-year-old and an 8-month-old. My husband is in the service, so his schedule is like crazy. He worked like a 3-day on, 3-day off schedule. He went to trainings and deployments all the time. And I was at a point where like I was a stay-at-home mom, because when you have a husband in the service, it's very hard to find a job outside the home. I always knew I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, but then when I was a stay-at-home mom on a single military salary, it was kind of like, wow, so we're broke. Like we're really broke doing this. We're sacrificing a lot, which I would do it all over again. But, we were in a really tight place financially, with making that decision. And I couldn't find a job outside the home because no place in their right mind would work around what I needed, against my husband's schedule. And we were far from family. So, anyway, so that was our financial situation. And when Paxton, who's my second born, hit around 8 months, I still had like 20 pounds of baby weight hanging on. I was in a funk. I don't want to say I had like postpartum depression, but it was just like that bluesy, like when you kind of lose yourself in motherhood and you get to that point where you're like, oh my gosh, like I need to do something for myself. Like I just need like a minute for me, and I remember I kept saying I wanted to join a gym again, because before, like 5 years prior, I was like a gym rat. And then when I got pregnant and had babies, it just kind of went on the back burner. And anyone who's a mom to brand new babies know, like even getting out of the house to go to the gym was like, it was more a hassle to do that than even to get there and work out. So, I was just like, I need to do something for myself. I was a dancer in my past life. So I was like, maybe I'll take a class. Wait, we have no money. Maybe I'll join a gym. Wait, we have no money. Well, the Y is free, but I have no time to go to the Y. So my husband, knowing all of this, came home one day, and I had been like watching, Beachbody at the time was doing infomercials. And at the time, like T25 played at like 1 a.m. when I was like nursing my baby. So he had known that I had loved it, but it was, it was pricey at the time for us who had no money. So my husband came home and was like, hey, just so you know, like the guys at my job have that T25 workout that you've been eyeing. If you want, I'll bring it home for you. And I was like, really? It's free? Like what? So sorry, corporate, but I had like a copy of it. and he brought it home and I started doing it. And it was just a decision I made that I was like, I need to do something for myself. This is 25 minutes. That's something I can do. Like the second I lay my baby down to sleep, I'm working out. So I started it, and when I started it, I shared a picture of myself at the time on Facebook. I was not a coach yet. I didn't know what Beachbody challenge groups or anything was. I shared a picture of it, and I was like, starting a new workout program today, and I mentioned the name. And my friend commented on it and was like, hey, like I'm in this group where we have everybody doing those programs. Do you want me to add you? So I'm like, sure, why not, do it. So she added me to this group, which if any of you have ever been in a challenge group before, I'm like, what is this group? Who are all these people? What are these sweaty selfies? Like whatever. So I kind of spied it for a little bit, and then I started participating, and I just fell in love with that. I had this like instant community of like friendships and family and support. And I shared my first sweaty selfie and everybody cheered me on. And all of a sudden a week went by and 2 weeks went by and I'm like, hey, I'm losing weight, like doing this. My 20 pounds of baby weight that I still need off is coming off. And I saw everybody drinking Shakeology and I'm like, what are these shakes? So the girl who had added me was like, hey, that's Shakeology, it costs this much, whatever. And I was like, oh, no way. Like, I don't have the money for that right now. Like, we're checking our bank accounts, like to get egg sandwiches up the block. There's no way I can spend $130 on shakes. So with that said, she said to me, well, so did you know there's a way to make an income doing this? And I was like, what do you mean? I have no idea. So she basically presented the coach opportunity to me, probably how Lisa presented to you, and was like, they offer a free coach sign up for military spouses. So you wouldn't have to pay anything to sign up. And if you sign up, I can show you how to get your Shakeology covered. So for me, I was like, okay, well, that's a no-brainer. Like, if it's not costing me a penny, sign me up. Like, I'm signed up. That's what I'm doing. Great. Like, I wasn't one of those people who weighed it much. I was just kind of like, if this means even me making $20, that to me at the time was so big because we had nothing. So I'm like, if that's $20 to go get my kids ice cream next week, great. If I make $50, that's a bill covered, fine. So I'm like, as long as it's not going to cost me anything, sign me up, great, whatever. I signed up, and I just want to put this out there, you guys, for anybody like contemplating where they're at. I was doing a Beachbody program, the first one that I ever did, for 3 weeks. That's it. So I was not this person who like had all this knowledge and was doing programs for a year or anything like that. I was doing the program. I knew pounds were coming off. I knew I was sharing it, and people would be like, oh my gosh, you look awesome. I can't believe that you lost 3 pounds in a week, or whatever the case was. And I was just like, why not? It was kind of like a why not moment for me. Yeah. So I signed up. I knew nothing about the business, and I just kind of announced on my page that I was signing up as a coach, and hey, look at my progress. I've been doing this program for 3 weeks. Here's my before and after pictures. Awesome. And my first before and after picture I shared, I had people that were like, oh my gosh, that's 3 weeks. Cause you guys all know, like, these programs work. There's no denying that. You do it and it works. And my very first check was $27. And it was actually the first week that I signed up as a coach. I sold the challenge back. And my coach was like, hey, if you do that 2 more times, your Shakeology will be completely covered and you could order those shakes that you want. So then I did that. And then I was like, yes, I made enough. I could buy that bag of shakes. So I bought the bag of shakes. And then when I got it, I shared about it. And I was like, look at these shakes I bought. And it kind of just snowballed and snowballed and snowballed. And like Lisa said, I matched my husband's salary in a year. I doubled it after that. And you guys, I can't explain. Well, I'll let Lisa ask me more questions, but my family, like, I don't want to go on and make this super long, but my husband joined the military because he was in finance, in the year, like right when the market crashed was like when he started his own financial business. He had worked in the Empire State Building in Manhattan doing mortgages and financing for people, and had a great income. And then 2007 happened, and his income, like, our world crashed. Like, we got married thinking we were going to take on the world, and our finances crashed. We got into debt. I had hefty student loans. We owed the IRS, which I'm actually going to talk about next month. But at the time, we had owed the IRS $36,000 in taxes. Okay. So we were in a hole. Like, we were in our early 20s and just made stupid financial decisions. And we were in a lot of debt. And when we were a one income family, we were getting by with our needs, but our debt was not budged. So our credit was ruined. Our tax debt sat literally in collections non-collectible, which means they couldn't even ask us to pay it. Like, that's how broke we were. And this business, just from being in this community, like taking care of myself, which that's the biggest thing, you guys, that's what I fell in love with about it, was because when I signed up for this, it was like this 25 minutes a day that I was doing for myself that changed me from the inside out. And then that was attracting people to do the same thing. And Lisa, that's like with you, like when you came on, like I still to this day, when someone comes to me and they're like, I feel like crap, like I just need to do something, I'm like, yes, this is going to change your life.
It really does. It really does.
Yeah. So it's not like this bull product. It's not, from doing it, like this is exercise and eating right. And there's no secret sauce to health. There's not pills. There's not, junky products. Like, this is a lifestyle that we share and that changes yours. And for that to change our financial course and take us out of the hole that we were in, like within a year, I matched his salary. 2 years after that, we moved to Florida, and my salary got us in our home. It got us a second car. We've paid off mountains of debt, and I'm just inserting the disclaimer here that Beachbody does not guarantee, whatever cash flow. But when you put your head down and hustle and share your experience with this, it's life changing. So Lisa, I don't know if that was way more than you wanted to hear, but I just, I can yap about it for hours because this is real, and I've lived it. I've came from like rock bottom to changing our family's course financially. So I just need to lay it all out there.
No, and it's, 100%. It's like when you're passionate about something because it changed your life in that way, it's just, you can't stop talking about it and you want everybody to know about it. And it's just incredible what coaching has done for you and how it's changed your guys' life and just the whole course of your life.
Yes, and the fact that it's not, I always say, this is not a complicated business. It's just a consistent business, because when I signed up as a coach, I didn't even know what multi-level marketing was. I signed up and I was just like, oh, there's a way to make money doing this. Yeah. And then when I got that first $27 paycheck, I was like, well, hey, if I did that once and she's telling me I could do this 2 more times, and it builds over time, the more that you share and the more whatever. And the best part is that you become the best version of yourself while you're doing it. Like, I'm in better shape and health now than I was before I had kids. So it's just this amazing hybrid of just bettering yourself, and you help others better themselves, and you get paid while you do it. And then you teach others how to get paid to do it. Like, whatever. I
agree. I feel like it's the best. Like, I feel like everyone needs to be doing it for themselves. Yeah. Just because when you're your best version, you can give your best to somebody else, and that's really important. Okay, so what have you found to be your favorite products and programs so far since you've been a coach? I know we've done so many programs and products, but what would be your all-time maybe 1 and 2 for each?
Okay, so anybody who knows me, which people in this group probably don't, so that's good, but I am a Shaun T lover through and through. He's like my main man. That man changed my life with a 25-minute workout in my den, and I'm doing his program now, so I love it. I love the nutrition tools that we have, because it's showing you how to adjust real food tools for a lifetime. I actually just had somebody last week in a challenge group say how she went out to eat and she got this salad that was the size of a Guam size salad. And she's like, I just have to share. It's so funny. I never thought this would be me, that as soon as the salad came to the table, my eyeballs and my brain immediately turned it into containers. And I was like, okay, I'm going to have this. And she brought half of it home. And those are the things that I love what we do, because it's tools to bring into your life, right, where it's not pills to take or magic potions to take or things, fat blockers and all of those things. It's teaching you how to eat the right things for your body. So I love our nutrition tools, and I love Shanti. And Shakeology, you guys, so you heard me, like I was broke when I started this. We could not afford it. But when I sold those first 3 packages, I bought Shakeology and I never looked back. And I found honestly that like the cost, it offset groceries for us. Like I always say that I did not find that we were out of pocket even when we were broke and paying off debt, because it replaced a meal for me every day. And I don't want to make any claims, so I have to just stay compliant here, but I will say, literally over the last 4 years, I think I've been sick like twice. I don't catch my kids' bugs. I don't catch funk that my husband brings home from like deployments. Like I don't, and that's not to say, oh, you're going to drink this and never get sick. That's what I mean by I can't make claims, but my health has never been better. I just had a physical last month, and like everything down to my vitamin D, you guys, and you guys know how hard like vitamin D levels are to keep. Like my blood work is perfection, and it wasn't before I found this. So I don't go a day without that. And I feel like it's mostly, especially for moms, like I'm like, it's a meal I don't have to think about. Like lunch for me was always my hardest thing, because when I get up in the morning, I'm a breakfast eater, and dinner always happens because I have to cook dinner for my family. But there were times where I would go like the entire day and I'm like, I have not eaten a thing since breakfast. I need to put food in my body. So Shakeology is that for me. So I have a love for our performance line and everything else, but Shakeology wins for me, and our nutrition tools and Shanti. So
I agree. I feel like, a lot of people get hung up on the cost of Shakeology, but you're going to be spending money on that meal that you're going to make anyway, and you're just replacing that meal. And there's nothing out there that's going to be that nutrient dense and give you that dense superfood nutrition.
No way. And I struggle with vegetables. Like I always have vegetables with dinner, but that was always I'm like, that's the only time I eat vegetables during the day. So for me, the shake that has the nutritional value of everything, and then plus I can throw like a big whopping handful of spinach in there and not taste it, I'm like, that's it for me.
Exactly. I do the same. Like when was I ever eating vegetables for breakfast? After James was diagnosed with food allergies, like I wasn't eating a normal breakfast. I was eating oatmeal for like every day for like a year straight before I started taking Shakeology. So I know. What am I going to eat for breakfast, because I can't have eggs and I can't put spinach in my oatmeal. So I too was getting that extra serving of vegetables, and I found myself too like not going down the junk food aisle, and junk food is expensive when you really like take a peek at it. If you stop
pantry items, and if you break down what's in Shakeology, it's insane. Like I feel like the chia, like all of the ingredients and what they would cost if they were taken out and bought separate is just like insane to me. So you spend way more on coffee every day. Like that was my thing. I'm like, do you know how easily I could spend like whatever it is a week on like, just whatever.
Yeah. No, I agree. Okay. So I think you covered all of my questions.
I rattled off everything at once.
You know what? But that's what happens. You're very passionate about it, and it's very inspiring to me, and I love following you and being a part of your team. So thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for taking time out of your busy Sunday to hop on and chat with me.
And hey, if anybody in here wants to pick my brain, like I'm an open book. Sometimes it helps to have like 2 different, like, I don't know, 2 different experiences, whatever. If you guys want to talk to Lisa, if you have any questions, I'm happy to like ask. You can tell Lisa to ask me whatever. But I'm an open book with everything, because I've lived this literally from like the bottom to, just major growth, and it's been amazing for us. And I just registered for our 4th vacation today, so that's earned through this company. And that's, you guys, I know a lot of places and companies flash like, oh, win this vacation, but they really are earned, and it's amazing. Like it's just awesome.
Thank you again, Taryn, so much. I'm gonna stop recording. Hang on 1 second.